Garance TV presents 11 signs someone is secretly depressed. What does depression look like? Most people will probably picture someone who is so much hopeless that they can't get up out of their bed or function in their daily day-to-day life. But the truth is, many people suffer from depression in secret. They look happy. They seem to be managing their life. You might even describe them as successful, pleasant to be around. Some people with depression can seem like perfect on the outside, but on the inside they struggle to cope every day. You might be completely unaware that someone in your life is suffering from depression, and they might be too. People often brush away negative feelings and refuse to acknowledge symptoms of depression because they fear being seen as weak. Symptoms and challenges of depression can vary from person to person, but they are very common signs that someone is secretly suffering from depression. Here are 10 signs that someone is secretly suffering from depression. Number 1. They wear a false happy face and always make excuses. Everyone have a mask that they put on in certain situations, but some people wear all these masks all the time. And the longer that you spend with them, the thinner their mask wears. You might catch a glimpse of their true self during an honest conversation or a moment of silence. False happiness is a very difficult mask to wear every day. So, people who are depressed tend to minimize the time they spend with others, often make excuses to avoid socializing, or back out the plans last minute. Number 2, they are overly emotional. People with depression have the tendency to bottle up their emotions, but those emotions doesn't disappear. Instead, they overflow at the slight inconvenience. If someone becomes so angry over small little things, it could be because depression probably overwhelms them. The emotions. They might cry, become angry, or even have an emotional breakdown in response to something most people will normally brush off. Number 3. They seem unable to concentrate. Depression can cause problems in memory to concentrate. So if someone keeps losing their train of thoughts or struggles to pay attention to your conversations, don't take it as a personal offense. It could be a symptom of hidden depression. Studies suggest that these difficulties with concentration can make depression worse. It can negatively affect the person's social life. Depression can eat in a quick way into an individual into a slow thinker over time. Number 4. Are they good at creating cover-up stories? They are good at creating a cover-up stories. When someone suffers from depression, they are more likely not to return calls. They miss appointments, they feel drained all the time, and they don't want you to know about it. They start fabricating stories. Sometimes they lie to you because they lie to themselves. They might refuse to acknowledge their negative state in an attempt to hide it from everyone. This sign of depression isn't easy to spot. However, if you start to see a pattern of secretly behavior, it's safe to assume that something is wrong. Number 5. They complain about unexplained aches and pains. Most people think that depression is exclusive as mental illness, but it negatively affects the body. Most people who suffer from depression are likely to suffer from chronic pains than those who don't. That's because the body often reacts to emotional pain with immune response that causes a chronic inflammation. Sadly, depression is severely underdiagnosed. Even when someone with depression sees the doctor, their treatment is more likely focused on the pains and chronic aches than the source. Number 6. Their sleeping, eating, or drinking habits have changed. If someone displays drastic change in their eating and drinking and their sleeping patterns, something is wrong. All physical and mental health depends on a healthy diet and proper sleep. So if a person has troubles of sleeping or sleeping way more than usual, it could be a sign of hidden depression. People with depression may also lose interest in food or go to the opposite direction, trying to cope by overeating or drinking. They might provide relief temporarily, but this habit can cause a severe long-time damage. Number 7. They may talk more physiologically than usual. If someone is quietly suffering from depression, you might notice their conversational topics are physiological. Depression often causes people to pondering things like the meaning and purposes of their life, or the way or absence to the accomplishment. They might even have topics related to happiness and the search for it, or desire to change their life path. If they feel comfortable enough to open up to you, they might even reveal how their dark thought of hurting themselves or even death. Talking about this kind of topics are clear signs that someone is struggling from a hidden depression internally. Number 8. They seek external validation. People with concealed depression pretend to hyper-aware to both of their positive and negative praise. They often perfectionists who struggles with their weakness and failures, and they expect others not to accept either. So they strive to be perfect as the way to gain affection and external validation. They are worried that as their imperfections are exposed, others will no longer love or accept them. Number 9. They struggle with abandonment. Depression is a heavy emotional burden for those who experience it and for their loved ones. Since depression causes struggles in one's social lives, it's common that others leave them behind. And for those who exiting the relationship can't be blamed, but it can still cause a sense of abandonment. Thus, people with depression often hide their emotional state out of a deep fear being abandoned. Number 10. They only project the happy part of themselves. Although positivity is a virtue, it can be toxic too. When someone suffers from depression in secret, it can be hard to admit that life is hard at times. Instead of being honest, they might overcompensate by posting only happy face or things on social media, refusing to admit that something is challenging or upsetting, or pretending that they are never sad. Number 11. They are searching for a purpose. Just like everyone is trying to figure out life as they move through it, but those who are depressed tend to search for meanings to validate their existence and calm their fears. They might drastically change their mind where they want to live, what career they want to pursue, or who they want in their lives as the way to discuss their weak point. Instead of seeking their identity or purpose with self-reflection, depressed people tend to endlessly search for something in the outside world that will bring them purpose and joy. Millions of people suffer from depression, and for many of them, their loved ones are unaware. Fortunately, there are treatment options for lifestyle changes or talk therapy and medication. There is a way out of depression. Whether you have a friend or loved ones you suspect might be hiding their pain, or is you suffering, a deeper understanding of concealed depression will help you take a positive action. Are you surprised of any of these signs of depression? Share your thoughts and comments below. If you find this video helpful, like, comment and share with your friends. Give it a thumbs up, like the video, so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Also, you should check out our other videos as well. Thank you for watching.